to get it, or yeah, he closes his elbow space, or he just pushes us back down, and we see we're not able to get it. Whenever we see that we can't achieve an underhook on the near side, we're going to look to control the arm with a variation of 2-on-1. No gi, that will just look like wrist grip and an elbow grip. In the gi, we can grab the sleeve and the fabric behind the tricep. And everything is going to be about getting my head and shoulders and his hand as close to his hips as possible, so that as I come in, we can start bringing our weight underneath our training partner. And once we do this, we take our knee shield out and we step on the mat next to our training partner's hips. So as I come under, I get my head and shoulders underneath, and I scoop my hips under at the same time, so that it looks like we're conceding a chest-to-chest position. But because we're controlling Josh's arm, he has no post in this direction, so he has no meaningful way to pass. And as we go in and start stepping on our training partner's knee, or just back heeling both feet, pinching our knees around his hip, I just point both of my knees towards the windows. So that one motion, as we take our training partner through, we can easily take him all the way over. So that should be a very quick review of what we talked about briefly last week. Now, we have the option of rolling them all the way through, or what will sometimes happen is as we get to our 2-on-1 and we start going underneath, Josh will lean his weight towards his left leg, so that as we go under, we try, he takes his weight off us in a way, so put this knee on that, and he leans his weight or his head in the opposite direction, so like, a little bit more, and now it's hard for us to get underneath him and knee lever. But because he has done this, it's very easy for us to now pendulum our outside leg, start sitting up to a situation where we can generate back exposure. As I grab the far hip, I post on my elbow. I can start coming up to my training partner's back with my first hook in and work to get the second hook. And now we can start working to finish from here. So we look to control with a 2-on-1. If I can, in one motion, get my head and shoulders underneath him, my hips underneath him, and start using my knees to tilt him all the way through for a knee lever or a down wing sweep. Wonderful, the reverse position, and we start looking at pass. If Josh redistributes his weight in a way where we can't, where it's not feasible for us to get underneath him and knee lever him because he's too heavy on the opposite side, my outside leg pendulums, I use that to sit up, grab the opposite hip, and now with my right elbow and right knee, I can start posting up and end up on a situation where I'm attacking his back. I can throw in my second hook and start breaking my training partner down and getting to my finishes. Right? But the other thing too is my inside leg, my right knee in this case, has to come even deeper. So it's not just about my head and shoulders coming underneath him, it's also about my hips getting underneath him. And the position we want to end up in is here, where my right knee is pointing at the ceiling like glued to Josh's tailbone. And the other thing is I'm back heeling, bringing both of my feet close to his knee. You can stay with disconnected feet, or you can also even step on your training partner's knee with your outside foot. Both are up to you, it doesn't really matter. But once we get here, the other thing I want to do is it's not so much me rolling him. If I just bring my feet off the mat and I try to point my knees like this, it's also kind of like a bridging escape from mount. So I want to plant my feet in a way that I can bring my hips up. And now this is where the slightest pointing of my knees is going to take him all the way through. So as you guys are knee levering, make sure that as you come under, your right knee, your inside leg comes even deeper. So as I curl under, I want to point both knees to the ceiling, glue my inside leg to his tailbone. And now it's not so much just me like trying to roll him through, it's me bridging him through. So as I plant my feet on the mat, I slightly raise my hips and then I point my knees to take him over. Now this time, let's say for whatever reason, we can't secure the 2-on-1 and really curl it in. And this is especially going to be a problem in no-gi, where Josh is going to be able to either free his arm or post his elbow on the mat. So as we come under and we try to get our training partner, or try to get our weight underneath him, we can take him through, we see Josh is able to flare his elbow and post on the mat. When we see this, we can just take an underhook and push Josh back in the direction we just came from. So I get my underhook, and then I come back underneath him, and we get that same underhook half guard that we were talking about last week. Josh is presumably going to put a whizzer on. If he doesn't, we'll just come up to the back. But when we see him put his whizzer on, everything is about maintaining our underhook, performing that lower leg shift that allows us to start turning belly down, getting up to our knees. And then from here, there's a variety of ways we can start taking him down. The easiest option is to just step our outside leg up, push our head against the inside of his shoulder, and now just drawing a semicircle in front of his knees, or in front of him with our knee. So that in one motion, we can start circling our training partner down to the mat. Obviously, if you're really strong, we can use our free hand, start controlling the opposite leg, either at the knee or at the ankle, to assist in putting his hip